Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Say What podcast. My name is Hannah, and on this podcast, we talk about toxic purity culture, sex, painful sex, marriage, relationships, girly things. It's a fun time here at the podcast, and I'm so happy that you're here today. I am going to try really hard not to be so out of breath this entire podcast because, let me tell you, the pregnancy, again, is just making me not have a lot of energy and just makes me out of breath. Because carrying two babies versus carrying one baby is drastically different. And if you've not had twins, you wouldn't understand, which I did not understand before. I had no idea. And it is so different carrying twins. It's so heavy. Like the feeling two of them in my body is so heavy. It's so different. And I love it. I love it so much. It's great. I don't have like a baby update for you today because nothing's really happened since the last episode. I do have my anatomy scan this week, which I'm excited about. So we will get to see all of them. They literally told me my anatomy scan was going to be 3 hours long. 3 hours long. How am I not going to take a nap during that? Like, I'm just going to lay there and just let them, be on my stomach for 3 hours. Like, I'm going to have to bring a podcast. I don't even know. Like, it's 3 hours long. It's crazy. And they're like, bring snacks, bring this. And then I also have a doctor's appointment after that. So it's not just it's a 3 hour anatomy scan and then a whole other doctor's appointment. So I'm going to probably be there for literally 4 hours. Like, that's so crazy. But, it's fine. I'm thankful, grateful, blessed that I get to go to these doctor's appointments and that I'm having twins. So I'm very happy about it. It's just going to be a long day. So I don't really have any updates for you. Besides, I am feeling them move and it's a good time. I'm not like Thomas can't feel them move yet, but I can. And I just know where to put my hands to feel them move. And I wish I knew who was who. Like I still just feel a baby move. I don't know if I almost said their names. I don't know if it's baby A or baby B that's moving, but I can feel them. So right now baby A is on my right and baby B is on my left, I think is how it got swapped around. So I don't know who's who, but I can feel them and it's really fun. So it's really a baby update for you. But today I just wanted to recap my trip to New York because there were so many God moments throughout this trip. And I think those are always just things that we need to share. Also, since I have recorded, the world has been upside down and so much has been happening in our country and it's been really overwhelming. And I am sad for all involved, all the shootings, all the violence, all of the assassinations, just so many things that keep happening in our country, and it's really heavy and really hard. And so I am honestly feeling very fatigued by and very anxious when looking at my phone and listening to things. And so I want to be a source of fun and light and distraction from all of that. So I'm not going to I'm not going to really talk about it today. I just want you guys to know that I'm praying and always praying for our country. That's just something I'm always doing and probably need to be doing more of is praying for our country. So I'm just going to keep doing that and encourage you that if you are starting to feel heavily affected by this, it's really, really, really impacting your day-to-day life. Let's just take a breather. You can get the brick. The brick is great. The brick is something that really helps me. So it's a device that can literally locks you out of the apps on your phone that you tell it to. So right now I have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, I think just those 3 because those are my only social media. Those 3 apps blocked, and I can tap my phone to the device and it literally blocks me. You can't get into it unless you go back over to the device and unbrick it. And I'm just once I brick it, I'm not going to go sit down and get right back up. I'm just not going to do that. And so it really helps kind of take a breather. I have it set up to where my phone automatically bricks in the morning. So when I wake up, I'm not going to first check social media in the morning. I'm really not good at that. I am still I unbricked myself so I could have it in New York and I just need to fix that again. But the brick is great and it's on Android now. So if you have an Android phone, you can also use it. I'll link it in the episode notes, but I just don't have the self-control to not get on my phone. And after everything that's gone on this past week, I just need a minute to just take a deep breath and focus on my family and what's happening in my day-to-day life. And try to be there for others who are going through stuff as well. I think it's really important to be informed. And I think it's a privilege that we don't have to, that it's not affected, I guess. Well, it has affected my life, but it's a privilege to take a break from it all. But it's important to be informed, but not let it wreck and control your life. So anyways, I just wanted to say that because so much has happened this week. But that's all I'm going to say, because we're going to talk about New York. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of God moments, and I'm really grateful that the Lord has like continued to show up in my life, but especially with this trip, because things have been really hard this year. Obviously, like the end of last year, I mean, it took us 7 months to get pregnant. I recorded a podcast talking about how how hard it was to get pregnant, and that was something that we really desired. And then it didn't happen. It just kept not happening. We were trying for our second baby, and it kept not happening. And then in February, I got pregnant with our second baby, and it was the greatest. Like, I was so excited to have our second baby, and then I experienced a miscarriage. Baby only made it to 6.5 weeks. I did not find out until our 8-week appointment, and then I just never passed the baby, and so I had to go and do a D&C, which was just like really traumatizing, like really, really traumatizing. So I had that procedure, and that was really hard, but I still had like all of the pregnancy symptoms. I had them until I experienced a D&C. So I was still sick, still physically unwell. I had the D&C at like 9.5 weeks, I think it was. And so it was still like, a long time of being pregnant. And then after that, my period came 3 weeks after the D&C. I have my period. And then that next cycle, I get pregnant, which I'm so thankful for, because we just were like, we don't know how long it's going to take. We might as well just try, since I did get my period back, which I really felt like was the Lord, because some people said they got it back 8 weeks. Some people said they got it months later, like 10 weeks. And I am so grateful mine came back right after. That was definitely the Lord just like telling me, like, I see you, I love you. And so I experienced that loss, and then I get pregnant again, and I'm having all the symptoms again. I'm feeling super sick, feeling super anxious now. Like, the anxiety was killing me this pregnancy. But I was sick as a dog. I was so nauseous. I mean, it's like I found out I was pregnant, and then a week afterwards, I was feeling so sick. And then we find out it's twins, and I'm like, this is so crazy. My entire life changed in that moment when the doctor said, you're having twins. Like, she was like, oh, there's 2 babies. My entire life has changed. Like, everything about what I thought my future was going to be is completely different now. We had not decided if we wanted 2 or 3 kids. And I certainly did not think I was going to have 2 newborn babies and a toddler at the same time. But this is what the Lord gave us, and I'm so grateful. But this pregnancy obviously has been really hard. I've been at the doctor all the time. I live with the doctor. I'm there constantly. That's also an expense. Our finances have been all over the place because I've not been able to eat any food at the house. And so I'm eating out constantly, and it's so bad. But that's just like the reality of our lives right now. And so it's been really hard pregnancy, and I'm still feeling really sick. I threw up like the other day. So and I'm almost 18 weeks, and I threw up the other day. So I basically, with about a month in between, I have been pregnant since February. So it's just been really hard. I've cried a lot. It's been a big emotional experience. Every ultrasound I go to, I'm still nervous until I hear those heartbeats. Even though I can feel the babies move, I'm still just like, okay, their heartbeat's good. Because now with twins, there's like so many complications that can happen. And I really have like peace and comfort, and like I found, like, I don't know, I just have so much like steady peace that the boys are going to be okay, and that we're going to make it to 37 weeks, and that I'm going to be able to have them vaginally. Like, I just have this like strong peace from the Lord that's going to happen. But it still is like, it couldn't happen, things could go wrong. And so the anxiety is always there. So anyway, it's been a really hard time. It's been a really, really hard time. And in the middle of this really hard time, one of my favorite podcasts, I have like 2 podcasts, or about 2 or 3 podcasts that I listen to regularly. And one of them is What We Said. I've listened to What We Said for years, like years and years and years and years. I have listened to What We Said. I think I started listening their second year of their podcast. So pretty much from the beginning. And my best friend Caroline, she listens too. We're Valley girls. We love it. I have so much of their merch. Like, I buy their merch all the time. I don't miss an episode. I've followed JC. I've followed Chelsea forever. Chelsea's first son and my first son had the same birthday, which is a Christmas birthday. So like, that's always fun. Like, that's a fun thing. Like, I just love their podcast so much. And the last tour they went on, we didn't go. And we always said, like, okay, if they go back, like, we need to, if they ever go on tour again, we need to go, and we need to go to their New York show, because we love New York. Me and Caroline and Corbin and Thomas have also gone to New York together. We went the four of us 4 years ago on like a week-long trip, and it was incredible. But we always like, we want to go back to New York on a girls trip and just go to the show, like just us. And so we said, like, if that ever happened, like if they ever come back, we're going to go. I mean, obviously if they were going to come to like the city that, or the state we were in, we would go to the closest one. But especially after moving back to the East Coast, we're like, okay, well, if they go to New York, like being North Carolina, New York, like that's so close. We can't miss that opportunity. We need to go. And so they're teasing on their Instagram a couple months ago, like something's coming. And we're like, okay, if it's tour, like we should go. But we really had no idea. They release the tour on a Monday and then say tickets are going on sale Tuesday at 10 a.m. local time. And they did not announce the cities that they were going to until Tuesday morning. And so we had no time to plan, no time to budget, no time to figure anything. I honestly, like, love what we said, but I need you guys to, like, roll things out easier next time because this was crazy. And so there was no time to plan, no time to guess if we're going to go. Like, we were just like, oh, they're going to New York. We always said we would go. Can we go? Also, I'm pregnant. Like, I'm pregnant with twins. I have no idea what our life, like my life is going to be like when I'm 17 weeks pregnant. Like, can I even travel? Can we go? Like, am I going to feel okay to go? I have no idea. And I'm like, there's no way, Thomas, like, we're going to be able to afford this. Like, he's just not even going to, like, want me to go. Not want me to go. He definitely wants me to go. But I was like, there's just no way it's going to work. Like, it's just not going to work. And so I, like, casually mentioned on Tuesday morning to Thomas, I'm like, man, what we said's going on tour and they're going to New York. And Thomas was like, well, like, I was shocked. He was like, if you can go for, like, this amount of money or less, like, you should go. And I was like, what? Like, I was shocked. And so I'm texting Caroline. I'm like, I think we can do it. Do you want to go? Like, she had no time to talk to her husband. I'm like, should we just do it? And we're going back and forth. I'm like, I'm looking at flights real quick. I'm trying to figure out housing. I'm like, I don't even know where we're going to stay. Like, can we do this? Because the tickets are going to sell out. Like, they are going to sell out. So we have to decide, like, right now if we're going to go. And they were the girls, since they're in California, they weren't posting I'm 10 o'clock. I'm 3 hours ahead of them. So they were not posting about the links or anything. And so we just knew, like, what theater it was going to be at in New York and the date. And so Caroline went and, like, found the Ticketmaster link. And she just, like, bought the ticket. She's like, I'm just buying these tickets, and I got the refundable if we need them. Like, I think there was $65 a piece. Like, they were not bad. She was like, I just got them, and we can refund if we need. But, like, we just need to get going on this. And so I'm, like, looking at flights. I'm like, can we make this work? I'm, like, finding flights. Flights are more expensive than we thought they would be, which now we learned they're expensive because it was Fashion Week when we were there. But we're just like, okay, we're just going to buy these. Like, I need to find a flight. And then so at our church, we're a part of Every Nation, which is like basically like a denomination. It's not, but it's similar to that. It's a conglomerate of churches. And we have, like, a big Every Nation church is in New York. And so one of our pastors the founder of our church, who also is still, like, one of our pastors, but the founder of our church, he splits his time between here and New York. And so many of our people, like, have connections in New York. And so we're like, you know, if we can't find an affordable place to stay, like, surely we have a connection of somebody. Like, we can stay somewhere, someone has an idea of something. Like, we'll just figure that part out later. And we're looking for lodging, and Caroline is like, there's nothing. Like, everything is so expensive. It is so, so, so expensive. Like, I really don't know if we're going to be able to make this work. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go ask somebody if they have any suggestions. So Thomas reaches out to one of our pastors and was like, hey, Hannah and Caroline are trying to go on a trip. Like, do you have any suggestions for lodging? And he was like, yes, you have to stay at the Hepzibah House. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. So we look it up, and the Hepzibah House is for people who are in full-time ministry only. So it is like a Christian-run, like, hotel, basically. And I say it's more of a house. I mean, it is a hotel. Like, I don't even know, a boutique hotel, basically. Like, it's, you have to be in full-time ministry to stay there. Like, they don't just let anybody. And it is extremely affordable, like, extremely, extremely affordable. It's so cool. Like, it's in the Upper West Side, I think, is where it was at. And it was so beautiful, like, on this beautiful street. It just looks like one house, like, amongst, like, all the houses, basically, is what it looks like all the tall standing buildings. And it's so beautiful. Like, we're literally booked on the 5th floor. They're like, all we have is a 5th floor available. And I was like, sold. Like, we'll make it work. And they don't have an elevator. me at that time was feeling really optimistic about this. But it worked out. And so we booked it because Caroline is full time at our church, and so we were able to stay because it's full-time ministry. So it's all Christians. It's a completely Christian base. You have to be in full-time ministry. It's like a place that's, it's meant to serve people in ministry, which is amazing. Like, it's so amazing, and I will stay there every time if we can. It was just like such a gift to us that we could go and stay at this place. And so we book it and we're like, okay, we're going to New York, I guess. Like, that's so crazy. So then all the time passes and it comes up and it's like, oh, it's time for us to go to New York. Thankfully, my doctor was like, yes, you can go. No worries. And so we're going. And I'm like, this is so crazy. So our flight, we were gone from Saturday to Sunday. And our flight was Saturday at 7 a.m., which means we need to get to the airport at 5 a.m., which means I needed to be up at like 4:30 a.m. And I am not sleeping any of these days because of my just being pregnant and can't get comfortable. And so it's time for us to go. We like get our outfits. I'm like, okay, what am I going to wear at the show? I'm so pregnant. Like, I can't figure out anything. Like, everything looked bad, but I was like, we'll figure it out. I found one dress at Old Navy that fit me, and it like, what we said is like pink and blue colors, and it wasn't even a pink or blue dress, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to like figure this out. So I'm just going to have to wear what fits me. So I found a really cute dress. It worked out. Caroline last minute pulled together her outfit. So here we are at the weekend. I wake up at 3 a.m. that morning to go pee. I cannot fall back asleep. And I'm like, I'm literally going to start my day at 3 a.m. and I'm just going to be awake. There's literally no time for me to take a nap. And so I'm like, okay, we're just going to have to do this. I'm still drinking caffeine, but I'm not, going crazy with my caffeine. I'm only drinking like the recommended-ish amount, And so I'm like, I don't know, how am I going to do this? But the Lord had it. It worked out, So we get to the airport at 5 a.m., and I have not flown in forever. And we're like, what do we do? Where do we go? Like, how do we do an airport? Because we were literally so tired. So we make it there. We get checked in. Everything is good. The flight was great. We are literally in the back row, though, like as far back as we can. But it was a super small airplane. We were on row like 19. But it was cozy. I got us little like eye patches so we could like, try to wake up on the flight. We did our makeup on the airplane, which was so fun. So we did our makeup. We get ready and we like change into like our cuter outfits for the day in the airport, and then we go to the Hepzibah house. So we get to the Hepzibah house, and you guys, I don't know what happened. There had to have been some like glitch in their system or something, because they said if you aren't like, you can drop your bags off even if check-in time has not happened yet. And so we got there around 11 after the traffic and the landing and everything. So we get there around 11, and we're just like waiting. Like, we try to get in, nothing's happening. We're knocking on the door. We're calling the number. Like, we're with our bags. We didn't check a bag, but we still had like a rolling suitcase that we did a carry-on, and then our carry-on bag. And we're just like waiting. Like, I'm like, this is not going well. Like, our trip just started and we can't drop our bags off. Like, where are we supposed to go in New York with all of our bags? Like, how are we going to do this? We're calling the number. It's not answering. We're like ringing the doorbell. Nobody's coming, or knocking at the door. I'm like, we're just stranded. Like, we're going to be stranded in New York with our bags. Like, this is so crazy. And, everything about House to House seemed legit. So I was like, what is going on? Like, this comes highly recommended. Worst comes to worst, we're going to call our pastor and be like, can you connect us to the person's personal cell phone number? Like, I don't know, we're stuck. And then this man just walks up, and I guess he was staying at the Hepzibah house. So he walks in, and like, we were able to get in, and we just saw where everybody's luggage was like stored. So we put our luggage there and just like prayed that everything was going to be okay. And we just left. We were like, we'll figure this out. Hopefully they'll be back in time. I have no idea what happened. Like, we later spoke to the guy who was like running it that day, and he was like, oh, you like called and everything? Like, we didn't get any of that. And when you rang the doorbell, so their system must have been like glitching. But we made it work. At this point, we're so tired. So there's this coffee place that we absolutely love. We found it in New York when we came last time, and we've just been like wanting it ever since, but it's never like anywhere near us. And so it's called Bluestone Lane. And this was just another nod from the Lord, because the Hepzibah house was 10 minutes from Bluestone Lane, which was such a blessing. And so a 10-minute walk, we walk over to Bluestone Lane, and we knew that we had a like late lunch reservation, so we were trying not to eat something super heavy. And so I got a croissant. My body was like not really feeling the croissant. It was just like not the vibe. It was not it was so delicious, but my body was just like not feeling it. I got a bacon, egg and cheese on a croissant, but it was just like too much egg for the boys to enjoy. But we got our chai. So they make the best chai I've literally ever had in my entire life. Like nothing compares to this chai. It's so good. So that's just another God thing of like the place we're staying is 10 minutes from our like favorite coffee shop. That just really felt like the Lord because we did not know that at the time. At the time, we had planned to try to go to Times Square to get like a bagel from one of their like carts in Times Square, and then Bluestone Lane is also in Times Square. But at that point, it was 11 o'clock. It was too late. Like we just needed to go ahead and get our coffee and go on for the rest of our day. So it was just like the Lord that the Bluestone Lane was 10 minutes away. And then we go down to Soho, and we're just like wanting to shop around, but there is a pop-up photo booth that we absolutely love. So I use the Tezza app to edit all of my photos. And we've both followed Tezza for years and years and years. Carolina's known her since for been following Tezza for a lot longer than I have. But like we've been following Tezza for a long time. We love her. I love the Tezza app. I've paid for the Tezza app for years now, editing my photos. And they were doing a pop-up photo booth for free. And like the photo pictures looked incredible. It looked so cute, vibey, and we're like, we want to go. Like this will be such a fun memento for us while we're here, and it's like in the Soho area. So we go, we stand in line, and we're in line for about an hour, but honestly, it was worth it. Like we were standing outside in line, but we were able to kind of get under the shade, and it didn't even feel like we were staying there for that long. Like it was just fun to hang out, and while we're there, like, wonderful, see Tezza, like that would be so cool. And we're like, that'd be so awesome. And then there's another girl there that we recognize. We're like, oh, that's Chloe. So there's this girl named Chloe Brud, I think is her last name, that years ago she released a coloring book and actually bought me and Caroline her coloring book as like just like a fun gift. And I still have it. Like I use it. Like I still use it. When I was in the hospital with Tate, Caroline was bringing me stuff to the hospital, and like she brought me the coloring book that I could color while we were in the hospital and not have to be on my phone the whole time. So like we love her. I love following her, and she actually works for Tezza. And we're standing there and we're like, oh, there's Chloe. Like that's so cool. Like I wonder if we'll have like a chance to talk to her. And then as we get closer and closer to the front of the line, Tezza shows up, and we're like, oh my God, Tezza's here. Like that's so crazy. Like it'd be so fun if we actually got to like meet Tezza while she's here, because we assumed she was going to be there, but she also, she's a busy woman. She's got stuff to do. And so if we were like 2 people ahead of us in line, we would have had a chance to actually like meet her and take a picture with her. But by the time we were done in the photo booth and we were leaving, she was like doing she was doing a photo shoot like in the street. Like we couldn't wait. Like we didn't want to bother her. But we got to see Tezza, which was so cool. And after we go in the photo booth, we take our pictures. So fun. We had like our poses planned, and it went by so fast. So like our poses didn't always work, but it was still really fun. And then when we walk out, Chloe is standing right there. And so Caroline was like, hey, I just like wanted to introduce myself. My name's Caroline. I'm Hannah. Like I was like, I'm Hannah. And we have your coloring book. And so we just like wanted to say hey. And so we just like got to chat with her for a second. I was like, I'm sorry not to trauma dump on you, but when my son was in the hospital a couple months ago, like your coloring book was really helpful to me during that time. And she's such a girl's girl. She was like, oh my gosh, like I hope you're okay. Like I hope everything's good. And it was just like so fun to chat with her and like get to know her a little bit. And we know that she is friends with JC and Chelsea. And so we were like, we're actually in town to go to What We Said. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to the late night show. Which one are you guys going to? And we were going to the earlier one. So I was like, oh no, we're going to the early one. Like, I'm so sad to miss you. But like, it was so fun to get to meet her. Like that was so, so, so cool to get to meet her. And she was just like so great. Such a girl's girl, so beautiful. And so to see Tezza was just like so cool. So after that, we walked as fast as I possibly could to our favorite restaurant, Trey. So Trey is a restaurant we went to twice when we were in New York the first time because we just loved it so much. It's like literally the best food I've ever had in my entire life. It's so good. And the thing I loved about Trey the first time was that their house red wine is so good. But obviously I couldn't get that this time. But me and Caroline literally like walked as fast as we could to go to Trey because we had a reservation at 2, but we were in line till 2. So I called them and I was like, hey, we just booked another reservation for 2:30. Like, I'm so sorry we're running late. And they're like, totally fine. And so we like go over to Trey and we're trying to figure out what we're going to get. And so me and Caroline decide to split because we've also ate like food not too long ago, but we were still hungry. So We decide to split an order of truffle fries, a Caesar salad, and their gnocchi. So that like we're splitting all of that. And let me tell you, it was the greatest experience of my life. It was so, so good. We cleared it. Like there was not a bite left. Like it was seriously so, like we were so full and we cleared every bite of it. It was like completely gone. But it was the perfect meal. Like such a girl dinner, pasta, fries, salad. I mean, splitting it was actually perfect. Like we could not have had anything better. And I was seriously so happy. Like it was so delicious. And I'm still dreaming about the tray. Like, oh, it was so good. But I was so full. Like the gnocchi was the best gnocchi I've ever had in my entire life. It really is. The fries were like the perfect crunchy shoestring fries. Oh my gosh, I'm literally melting in the mouth. It was just perfect. It was perfect. And so we got to go back there. That was really good. Okay, after Trey, we went back to Helps of a House to try to get ready for the show because we needed to leave around 6:30, and we needed a coffee before then because we were unwell. So we like go walk to try to go to Bluestone. Bluestone's closed. We're so sad. So then we end up like at this other random coffee shop trying to get a chai because we needed a drink to get ready. Like we were so tired. I needed some kind of energy boost to get me through the night. And so we go get a drink, come back, get ready. And remember, I've been up since 3, so I need you guys to be proud of me, okay? The pregnant woman with twins has been up since 3 a.m., okay? But it worked out. So we get ready, we go to the show, and we knew that with JC and Chelsea were 2 of her friends, Danny and Rachel. And we've actually been following Danny and Rachel for a really long time. Danny used to have a clothing line, like a vintage kind of clothing line, and then a clothing line she actually created herself. And I have bought her stuff before. Like I've had shirts that she's made. She also did a collab with JC one time. And I wear that shirt. Like I've definitely worn it on the podcast. I wear that shirt all the time. Like I love following Danny. She's a Christian, and she also has a son that's around Tate's age. And so it's like so fun. Like I think she's so cool. I love following her. I love following Rachel. Her photographies are so great. It's like it's just like so fun to follow them. And we were like, oh, we knew that they were in town with JC and Chelsea. And so like, what if we like ran into them? It'd be so fun. So we get to the show and we are like about to take pictures in front of the marquee and we see Danny and Rachel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is so cool. But there wasn't like a time for us to like say hey or anything. And so we just like, I was like, okay, they're here. That's so fun. And then I asked these girls who were outside the show to take a picture of me and Caroline. And then we took a picture of them. And then after we like met them at the beginning, we kept running into them the whole night. It was a truly like meant to be situation. I was just like, the Lord is so cool in how he aligns different things because they were fantastic. Like they were the coolest girls. I loved meeting them. One of them was a mom. And they were just like so fun, such a girly moment. Like I know that we'd be friends with them if we were like in each other's normal life, you know, like it was so fun. And we just like kept running into them the whole night. And once we got inside, they ended up behind us in line. And so we were just like chatting the whole time because we were in line to get merch. So we're just chatting the whole time. So they post on Instagram, JC and Chelsea, about their merch. And they had a t-shirt and a sweatshirt. And I wanted the sweatshirt so bad. I was like, I need a new cozy sweatshirt. I need a big one because I'm like the sweatshirts I have are not going to grow with me as the belly gets big. Like I really want a big cozy sweatshirt. And while we're in line, like one of the workers for the theater like walks by and they're like, we're sold out of large and extra large sweatshirts. Just so you know, like we're sold out of that. Like we're almost sold out completely of the sweatshirt. And it's like 7:15. Like we had just gotten there. So they sold out pretty fast. And I asked the worker, I'm like, do you know if XL is the biggest size? And she's like, yes, unfortunately, like it's the biggest size. And I am crushed. I'm like, all I wanted was this sweatshirt. I'm so sad. Like, you know, it is what it is. And I was like, I can just get the t-shirt, but like, I really, really, really wanted the sweatshirt. And so we're in line, you know, making our way up. And then I see some sweatshirts down there. I'm like, that looks pretty big. But like, she said there wasn't any size. So we get up, it's our turn. And I asked like the one lady working, I was like, what's your biggest size that you have left of the sweatshirt? And she was like, I have 2 double XLs left. And it was truly like meant to be because I was like, oh, that's the size I need because the XL was not going to be big enough for me to grow. Like I needed a 2X, and Caroline also is a 2X. And so we both got the last of the sweatshirts. And that honestly just felt like the Lord, like, here you go. Like, I know how much you want this. And like, here you go. It's such a little thing, but I think God cares about the little things. It was so sweet, like so fun. I was so happy to get the sweatshirt. I'm wearing it today. It's like a blue star and it says "We said what we said" on it, which is so fun because that's what the tour says. And I've literally been living in it since. Like, it's so cozy, so soft, and I'm just so happy. Like, I was so excited to get the sweatshirt. And then we go get a drink, and I'm asking the guy, I'm like, can I just get a strawberry lemonade without the vodka? Because I'm pregnant, like, can't have vodka. And he's like, sure, I'll, like, make a concoction for you. And so he made this cool, like, drink for me, and he's like, make sure you like it before you pay for it, which is just, like, so nice and so fun. It was so good. I pee because I'm pregnant, so I pee before the show. We go to the show. The show is so great. JC and Chelsea are just like they are watching them online is exactly how they are in person. It was so fun. Like, we had the best time. The show was incredible. Like, it was 10 out of 10. It was so, so good. I'm so glad we went. And the only negative was that I had to pee the whole time. I took like 2 sips of my lemonade and I immediately had to pee. And I'm like, I'm not getting up. Like, I'm not missing anything. Like, I'm not going to miss this. And so that was the real unfortunate part, is that I had to pee the whole time and I was trying to focus on not having to pee. And so I just was like, I'm going to hold it. And as soon as the show's over, I'm going to run to the bathroom. So the show ends and I turn around, you guys, I was shocked. I turn around and Danny and Rachel are right behind me. They were sitting directly behind us the entire time. I could not believe it. I was like, you're behind me? Like, you are behind me? And so I immediately was like, oh, hi, Danny. And I should have introduced myself. I was like, hi. Like, I just wanted to, like, say hi to, I didn't even introduce myself. I should have. I was like, I have some of your merch, and just, like, wanted to say, like, I love your stuff that you've created. And so we got to talk to them for a second, and they were, like, such girls. Of course they are. Like, it was so fun getting to meet them and chat with them for a second. And that was just like the coolest thing, was like getting to meet them, because I love them. I love following them, and they're just like so cool. And Danny also is pregnant as well, and we're only a couple weeks apart. And so we're getting to talk about being pregnant and both having boys, because she's having another boy. And so that was just like so fun. And it truly was like, look at the Lord just aligning it. And the 2 girls that we had met beforehand were also like, I hope we can meet Danny and Rachel. Like, I hope that they're there and we'll get to meet them. And as we're talking to them, our 2 friends walk up and are literally like, oh, hi. Like, we got to be reunited again, which was so fun. And so, like, that was so great. Just like getting to meet Danny and Rachel. I was so shocked, and it was so fun. And then I go to the bathroom. I'm literally giving you guys a play-by-play because it was just like the best trip. So then I go to the bathroom, and you guys, this line is so long, and I'm like, I am going to pee on myself. Like, I am not okay. I am going to die. And Caroline looks at me, and she's like, we're not doing this. And she walked up to the front, and she was like, hi girls, I'm so sorry, but my best friend is like pregnant with twins, and is there any way she can like go ahead and like go to the bathroom first? Like, she is really not okay and like really needs to go. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, of course. Like, I was like, Caroline, you don't have to do that. But it was so sweet that she did that for me. And so, because I literally was going to pee on everybody. Like, there was going to be pee on the floor if I didn't go. So that was so nice of Caroline to do that. So that was fun. And then we again, when we were leaving, we ran into the same girls again, which was just like so fun. So we got everybody's like Instagrams and, just like made new friends at the show, which was just the best. It was such a girlhood moment. And I met another girl too, who came by herself, and we were chatting with her for a while. And so that was really fun. And it was just like so fun to meet all the girls. The show was just literally the best. And so then we went to a diner afterwards, and I was unwell. Let me tell you, at this point I was unwell. It's 11 o'clock and I was like, I was not okay. But we needed to eat. I knew I would feel better if I ate. And so I ordered these chicken tenders, and you guys, they're the biggest chicken tenders I've ever seen in my entire life. I took one bite and I was like, no, like, I can't eat these. I cannot eat these. And so I had like a couple bites of Caroline's fries and wasted $15 chicken nuggets. And I felt really bad about that, but it is what it is. I did the best I could. And that's all that is. Like, I felt really bad, but is what it is. And then we make it back to the hotel. We go to bed. The next morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. and I just wake up to go pee. I can't go back to sleep. And thank God I woke up, because I forgot to check in for a flight. And so I check in and I check the seats again. And me and Caroline were literally in our Frontier flight at 40, like in the back, row 40, and row 40, like that's how far we were back. And I happened to check to see if there was any more seats available. And there were seats in row 15. And that was just the Lord who literally aligned that for us, like gave us those closer seats, because He just knew that we needed it, especially because our flight ended up being delayed later that day, which I will get to later. So I checked in for our flight, got us better seats, loved that for us. We ended up leaving the hotel. We went and got some coffee, got a croissant on the way, went back to Bluestone, or I say we got coffee. We got chais at Bluestone Lane, got a croissant, headed down to Soho to do some shopping because we wanted to like shop around, or mostly like window shopping, but we just wanted to like go to some fun stores. And I wanted to go to Ana Luisa because you guys know I've worked with them and I love Ana Luisa. I've worn their jewelry for years. I've worked with them for a while. And so we go to Ana Luisa. And I see that they're doing a permanent jewelry pop-up, which I have wanted a permanent jewelry for so long. I had a bracelet for a while, and then when I broke my leg, they had to cut it off me because I couldn't wear it in surgery. And so ever since then, I've been trying to get another permanent bracelet, but I just like haven't been able to get one. And so it just, again, felt like the Lord was like, here you go. And with it being Ana Luisa, like my favorite jewelry company, it just felt so just like meant to be. Again, the Lord, here you go. Here's the jewelry that you were wanting. And so I got a bracelet, and I got a little silver one because I'm in my silver era. And I actually was able to get one with a clasp on it because hopefully I will be able to give birth naturally. But if not, and I have to have a C-section, then I have to take it off. So I did get a clasp on it, which I'm grateful for, but it's like so small, like you can't even see it. So I got my bracelet. I'm so happy about it. Like truly, truly, truly so happy. The Lord just like, again, gave us the bracelet, which was great. So I got that. And also with it being Fashion Week, Little Italy was also doing a festival that week that they don't do very often. And so it was like all these food places were up, which was really cool. We go get pizza because we had to get some New York pizza, and the pizza was so good. It was, let me see what it was called. I wrote everything down so I didn't miss it. It is called Nolita. Yeah, Nolita Pizza. It was so good. Like seriously, like I was wanting a good New York style pizza and a drink. And so but I needed to sit down. I was like, I need a break. My feet are killing me. I need to sit down. And so we went and like sat down and ate our slice of pizza and got our drinks. And it was so good. I mean, the pizza was literally perfect. Everything we could have asked for. And then we went and like ate some dessert at the street food, which was so fun. And then we went and shopped around some more, which was great. Just like went to these little stores and just like window shopped. But at this point I was like, okay, I'm breaking down. Like I don't think I can move. Actually, I am not okay because I haven't walked this much in forever. And I obviously am pregnant with twins. Like I'm not okay. Thankfully I was wearing just like a black jumpsuit because I was so like done with the day. I couldn't do it. And I was like wearing a comfy outfit, but still like I was not good. My broken leg was actually hurting me more than the pregnancy was. Like my broken leg I was in so much pain, but I was like, it's worth it. Like it's worth it. I wouldn't change anything. And so we ended up going back to the Hepzibah house, get our stuff. And then we go to the airport. I fell asleep on the way to the airport. So that was nice. I got me a little cat nap in. Like I was so tired. I could not stay awake. So I'm just like sleeping, not even looking at the beautiful views on our way to the airport. I was literally too tired. So I fell asleep. It was great. We get to the airport and we're like rushing through because we didn't have a ton of time, but we just like made it work. And then it ended up being our flight being delayed because the co-pilot had to come from Philadelphia, and he was taking a limo to get here. And I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. A limo to go through New York City is crazy. Like you would have been better to call an Uber. They would have got you there a lot faster. So I'm not really sure why this co-pilot was on a limo, but I don't really understand. But we don't know that it's like, we already know it's delayed by like 30 minutes. And so we get delayed because the plane wasn't ready yet. So it's already delayed by 30 minutes. They call us to like come board, and I swear like every single person on the planet was in zone 1. It was the craziest boarding process I've ever experienced in my life. And I was like, I am just not flying Frontier again. Like this was crazy. And we get on the plane, and then they're like, oh, by the way, the pilot's not here. We're going to be sitting here for another hour. So we ended up sitting there for like 2 hours, I think, maybe longer. I don't know. We were supposed to leave at 5. And we ended up leaving at like 7:30. So it was really crazy. My body was broken. I was so tired. My phone didn't have much charge. I was just so done. But we made it. And I look at those things as like the Lord was protecting us from something. I don't know what it was. But I'm grateful that the Lord protected us. And that is how I'm choosing to view it. So it was great. We got home, went to sleep. Monday, I was dead to the world. I did not move. I did not even shower. I know that's so gross, you guys. I know how disgusting it is. But my body was broken. I could not move. These boys were like, "What did you do to me, mother?" Like, this was so crazy. My broken leg was killing me. But it's okay. It was so worth it. And I'm back to I left the house before 9 o'clock today. So, we're doing great. We're doing good now. I've showered. I'm clean. I put makeup on. So, we're improving. But that was my trip. The Lord really showed up for us, really protected us this whole weekend. What we thought was starting out bad with not being able to get into our hotel ended up being great. So the place that we ended up staying at, that we stayed at, was so fantastic. The Lord just really aligned this and made it happen. And I truly, truly, truly could not be more grateful. So thank you to the Lord for making this happen. It was a mom's trip. It was so fun. It was just the girliest time. But we're still just moms. Like, everywhere we went, we're like, look at those car seats, like, stroller. Look at all the strollers and the babies and the mom. Like, I'm just like, everywhere I look, I was like, look at the babies. But it was just so fun. It was so fun. I'm so happy we did it. So if you're looking for a sign to go on a girls' trip, here is your sign. Here is your sign. It was the best trip we could have gone on. It was so quick, but it was so perfect. And the Lord just kept showing up for us. So, thank you, God, for caring about the things that we do, the little nods. And we both just, needed it. After the hard year, Caroline's had a hard year too, it was just, so good to just have that time together and have that girls' time. It was just unmatched. So, there's your New York recap. It was a lot of fun. I'm hopefully going to also do a vlog about it. I did vlog while I was there, but now we have to put all of the clips together, so you can also watch this as a vlog, which will be so fun. So I'm not sure when I will drop that, but hopefully this week. Okay, yeah, well, thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed your New York recap, and we will talk soon.